This is Shane, Hurricane Helms, inviting you to watch Rasslin Rage. That's Rasslin, Rasslin, Rage, every Friday night, 8 p.m. on YouTube.com. And if not, what's up with that?
Rasslin Rage. Do it now. This is Rasslin Rage. Scream it out loud. This is Rasslin Rage. Cody Fleming is the man who leads the brigade. It's going down. This is Rasslin Rage. We'll do it now. This is Rasslin Rage. Scream it out loud. This is Rasslin Rage. Cody Fleming is the man who leads the brigade. Do it now. This is Rasslin Rage. Scream it out loud. This is Rasslin Rage. Cody Fleming is the man who leads the brigade.
And now, Wrestling Rage with your host, Cody Fleming.
Oh, yeah, I got to transition too. Can you imagine that? I got to do too many things. There we go.
They're all looking at a black screen for a little bit going, oh, here we go again.
There's too many things to do.
Well, that's all right.
That's why I say, like you said, I need a producer.
Yeah, exactly. That'd be awesome.
Wouldn't it? All right, so what's happening? Welcome to another episode of Rasslin Rage. I'm your host, Cody, and the distinguished gentleman to my right is Blue Water Championship Wrestling ring announcer and about to be Sabanim, Michael Weir.
Hello, hello.
Thanks for joining me.
My pleasure.
It's always a good time when you come on the show. Thanks again, and here we go, right?
Absolutely. It's a lot of stuff going on again. It's a great time to be a wrestling fan, that's for sure.
Right. You know what? And that's the thing, is like it sucks trying to pick out what to talk about because there's so much, and I know it sucks, but it is what it is, right?
Yeah, it is.
All right.
Too much fun.
Yeah. So make sure to scroll down in the description of this video. Most importantly, there is a donation link down there, and hopefully it'll come up there, and I don't know why my chat's not working over here. It should be, but it's not, of course. Like
I'm watching it, though.
Like everything else in
and
the world.
Triple H is the best.
Oh, that's hilarious. So donation link, you can go ahead and click that and donate. Every single cent that we receive goes into the show for whatever it may be, because as you can see, there's always an upgrade going on around here. Got to hit the Beyonce song. Excuse me. If you do click the donation link, you will also find this sweet Rasslin Rage T-shirt, limited edition. You see that thing? That's pretty sweet. Now there's only 14 left.
14. Only 14 left.
After that, there will be no more. Of course, there's that T-shirt, but we also have Rasslin Rage T-shirts on ProWrestlingTees.com. Check this out. Rasslin Rage T-shirts are available on ProWrestlingTees.com/Rasslin Rage. Just click the link in the description to visit our store on Pro Wrestling Tees website. Every shirt is 100% cotton and available in sizes up to 5X. Show your love for Rasslin Rage and get yours today. The kids' money. You got to
use the kids for money.
Yeah, that's right.
That's how it always goes.
Yeah, those are pretty cool. But also down there's this link to WWEshop.com where you can buy all the T-shirts to your heart's content. I'm looking at you, Mr. Matt Moore. Matt Moore, I know you're going to watch this show eventually. You're heading to work right now, but WWEshop.com, link in the bit down there. All right, anyways, and also Highspots.com, where if you need to purchase wrestling boots, a ring,
gear,
DVDs,
whatever you want,
all that stuff, you can get that on Highspots.com, but make sure you click the link down there first because Rasslin Rage gets a very small commission. Rasslin Rage also has a Facebook and Twitter. Both are at Rasslin Rage. With Twitter, though, it's capital R's. Also, make sure, if you haven't already, to like this video. So smash the thumbs up, big thumbs up. Also, you can subscribe. There's like a button over there. There it is. Like here, there's a thing. You can click that and you can subscribe. And then there's a red box down there too. You can click that, subscribe. We also have a webpage, RasslinRage.com, and I still need to get with my guy. I'm a procrastinator, I think, is what it is.
Number 8 of the goal setting creed.
Yes, I know. Again, this week we're going to skip Collector's Corner, but I did upload the video. See, I did like a Facebook exclusive live thing just on Facebook where I unboxed the pro wrestling tees or crate box, and I got some cool T-shirts. So, and a couple other things. And a signed 8x10 of Tessa Blanchard. So if you haven't checked that out yet, please do so. You can check it out on Facebook, or you can check it on, what do you call that there? YouTube. R2YouTube.com. Dun, 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 dun. All right, so we're going to sit back. We're going to watch this video or this interview with El Ridiculoso. Now, I got to tell you guys something. I've only watched him a couple times, XICW show. That's really the only time I've ever seen him, was at a couple XICW shows that I've been to. However, I really didn't know him all that well. Oh, wait, I've seen him at Pro Wrestling All-Stars, too, when he went against Cyrus Satine for the Cruiser Core Championship. I didn't know a whole lot about him. I just was kind of like, okay. And the more I interviewed him and the more we talked, the more respect I got for this man.
And the funny thing is, you think he's like a 12-year-old kid.
Right, yeah.
And he's been around quite a while.
Yeah.
He's been all over the place.
Like 10 years, he was saying.
So it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, so you guys definitely, and then, those of you that are in the business, he gave some really good advice, and, you're going to have to watch to check it out. So here we go. El Ridiculoso, by the way, he is the current XICW light heavyweight champion.
Allegedly.
Lightweight champion.
Allegedly.
Yeah, that's right. True. And then he is also the UCW heavyweight champion, the Pro Wrestling All-Stars, Pure Pro Wrestling All-Stars, Cruiser Core champion, and Season 4 winner of Proving Ground for XICW. That's quite the resume, and I'm sure he's got many other titles that he's won as well, but these are his current things, okay? So here we go. El Ridiculoso. All right. I'm joined by XICW Season 4 winner and current XICW lightweight champion. And if I'm not mistaken, as you can see there, he's sitting there with the Pro Wrestling All-Stars Cruiser Core champion, El Ridiculoso. Thanks for joining me today.
Hey, thank you for having me, Matt. I'm also the UCW heavyweight champion, the Ultimate Champion, out in Bay City. So I've 3. I only got 2 titles on me, though.
Right. So 3 belts, UCW. That's out Bay City, as you were saying, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good stuff. So I have to ask, and you have your mask on, and I have to ask, what's it like wrestling under a mask?
It depends on the environment. It gets sweaty, more so when I take it off afterwards. But I'm used to it. I've been wrestling for about 10 years now, and I've had the mask the entire time, so I'm just used to it, I guess.
Okay. So
it's hindrance for other people. Like I know some guys that when they took their mask off, they much preferred it. So
okay.
To each their own, I guess. Right.
So and then that leads into, would you ever consider wrestling without the mask later on at some point?
This is my face. This is my skin.
Right.
I mean, I don't know. I don't think. I think it sets me apart, especially in the Detroit area. Like, I wrestled in Southern California for about 6.5 years, and lucha was very prominent out there, and there was a lot of luchadors and a lot of masks. When I came out to Michigan, there was me and Movado. So it was.
Right.
It sets me apart. So I like it.
Okay, so. You say you wrestled out in Southern California as well?
Yeah.
So that's pretty awesome. So you're not originally from here. So you had a career out there. You moved here and started again. Did you know Did you know anybody when you came here?
No, I did not. I actually grew up on the other side of the state near Kalamazoo, and then when I was 19, I moved out to California, and I started wrestling training about 2 years after that. And I wrestled out there for about 6.5 years, like I said. I was a tag team champion and a lightweight champion for a company called the Alternative Wrestling Show. AWS. That's where I started.
Okay.
I also worked for Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. I worked for Hood Slam, EWF, numerous promotions out there. I was out there for a while. And then I came out here in 2015. I didn't know anybody. At the time, I was training with Brian Kendrick at his school.
Okay.
And I told him the situation. I was going to have to be moving. And he instantly referred me to the House of Truth. He couldn't think of anybody else other than Truth Martini to go train with out here.
Right.
So yeah, that's what brought me out here.
Right. Well, so you come to the House of Truth. You come to Michigan. What's it like training under Truth Martini?
To me it was not learning a different style, but it was restarting. No matter where you go, if you switch jobs any place, you're going to start from the bottom and have to work your way back up. Right. I don't mind doing that. 100% welcome the opportunity and the challenge. It's great. Training with Truth was super educational. I've had the benefit and the luxury of training with a lot of great, intelligent, creative minds. Like I said, Brian Kendrick. I also trained under Joey Ryan, the Ballard brothers. The Ballard brothers that used to run WWE school in Southern California. I trained under them. The Santino brothers school. There's numerous people I've had the luxury of sitting under their learning tree. With Truth Martini, it's in a whole different level. The way he breaks things down, the man is so smart.
Right.
He knows movement and why that movement should be made. It was super educational. The difference in styles, though, of just the wrestling, as opposed to Southern California, as opposed to the Midwest, I consider it like soccer versus football. Like soccer, very athletic, very running around, very cardio based.
Right.
Football is very smash mouth, hit you hard, hit you fast. So to me, that's the difference. Both football, but both not football.
Right. No, that makes sense. So you were saying you've been involved in the business for like 10 years now, and you trained under a lot of different people. Now, are you originally from California?
No, I'm kind of from all over. Grew up for the most part in the Kalamazoo area. I also lived in Nebraska and Kansas for a number of years, and then I also lived in the Detroit area for a while. I moved out to California when I was 19. I was out there until I was 27, almost 28. So I was out there for a good time.
Okay.
So not really, because I'm kind of from everywhere.
Right. Right. So how did moving all over the place? So how did you get involved in professional wrestling? Like, what made you decide, hey, you know what, I want to start training in professional wrestling?
Well, professional wrestling's been kind of like the one constant for me in my entire life. Like I said, we moved around a lot, so I didn't have I'd make friends, and then leave friends, and make new friends, and leave those friends. And so I always had pro wrestling, though. Monday night I could always turn on. There was always going to be wrestling. Sunday night, Monday night. Right. So that was it's just something I've always loved. And then when I was 21, there was a store, the Alternative Wrestling Show. They had a store where he sold. This is before the network. This is before streaming. This is before YouTube really was big. Had a store that he sold DVDs out of old shows and stuff like that. So I was at this guy's shop. I would drive an hour, about 2 times a week, and spend $30 every time I was there, just buying random DVDs that you can't find anywhere that aren't under the WWE label. A lot of old classics and stuff. So I was spending money every week, and finally I was talking to the promoter, this guy named Bart, who ran the store. I was like, man, what do I got to do? I trained to be a referee. I was like, I just wanted to be a part of it. I'm spending so much money. I'm driving this far anyway. Well, why not? Well, why not take that next step? Like you only take the risk you don't take.
Right.
So I just asked him how I could become a referee. Cause I'm a skinnier cat. I didn't think first. I didn't think I was intimidating looking. I didn't think I could go like that. He wanted a referee that could get beat up, that could get tossed around. So he had me start doing the full wrestling training just right off the bat. He didn't treat me any differently, even though I just wanted to be a referee. He didn't treat me any differently. He just had me do all the same drills, same stuff. And I was about 2 months in, I was getting better than some of the actual students, some of the guys that actually wanted to be wrestlers. So he had me that's where the mask came from, because he wanted me to still referee. So he made me get a mask and started putting me out there to have little opening matches and then ref later on the show. And then as time went on, I just much preferred the actual wrestling and just kind of stopped refereeing and just started wrestling. And to me, it's been a little bit more successful.
Right? Yeah, I'd say so. I definitely would say so on that. So I was there for the season 6 finale of Proving Ground. You are a season 4 winner. And I was there, you know, Billy Ray, Levi, they won. And I seen the pure emotion that Billy Ray had. You know, he picked up his kid, brought him in the ring. And I mean, it was an amazing sight. What was it like for you and your team when they announced that you guys were the winner? Did you have that emotion too?
Much like Billy Ray, we were on the underdog side of things. A lot of things in wrestling could have a little shade thrown on them, and when it comes to wrestling with the vet tournament, it is 100% the quality of your work. There's not a guy backstage saying you're moving on.
Right.
It's literally, it's us in the ring. How we act in the ring is what advances you in the tournament, which is something I really, really love, because a lot of people say things aren't real in wrestling, but when it comes to wrestling with a vet, there's nothing that's not real about it. You can't, even if the judges are biased towards you and they don't like you, you can't deny what people do in the ring.
Right.
So it's my team, Cyrus Santino, Louis Perez, and myself, were the only. It was the only season that did 3-man teams, and we weren't supposed to win. We were supposed to have been eliminated on the first show. People backstage, they didn't have much faith in us. We made it on. We passed on. We just kept gaining this momentum and this following, and the people kept getting behind us. And there was a show where we should have been eliminated. Actually, we actually lost the scoring, and we should have been eliminated. However, a fan who had won a raffle earlier in the night, and their raffle prize was to pick an immunity team that could be saved from elimination, that one fan saved us. And if it wasn't for that one fan, we wouldn't have won the tournament at all.
Oh, wow.
For us, it was the people that brought us to the finals. It was the people that got us to the end. Cyrus was very, very bitter through the whole process because he was one of the last people picked, and he felt very bitter about that. I, myself, had been the last person picked for the first 2 seasons. Season 1, I was the last person picked. Season 2, I was the last person picked. And both seasons, I was eliminated. I didn't feel I should have been eliminated. Season 1, I was eliminated because I had a prior engagement and I couldn't make the show. And Season 2, I was with Caleb Stills, and we were outperformed by the DBA and Trey Miguel, so that one's not as bad as me. But I totally understood where Cyrus was coming from. I understood where Louis was coming from, because he was just an unknown person trying to make a name. And like I said, like having to restart and coming to XICW from the bottom up, I was very much behind our team, very much behind the whole process of it. And the emotion when you actually won, because I didn't think we were going to win. Cyrus didn't think we were going to win. Louis didn't think we were going to win. Each show, we just were like, you know what, if this is the day we're going home on a high note. We're just going to go out there and be ourselves better than we can be ourselves, like better than anybody else can be themselves.
Right,
just go out there, we're going to and be undeniable, because the judges, you can't, if we do everything right, they can't crap on it.
Right.
So we did our thing the best that we could do it, and the people got behind it, and we won. It was tearful, I'll say that.
Right. Well, I got to say that it looks like it's definitely worked out for you and Cyrus, because Cyrus was just on Evolve last night again. So, you know, and he's still down there with ACW. So you guys are doing good. You got 3 belts, right? You know, so looks like it worked out. So you talked about, you moved around a lot. You've been in the business for a while. You know, do you still wrestle outside of Michigan, or do you travel outside of Michigan to wrestle?
Yes, I'll actually be going back to California on March 23rd. Back to AWS. I'm going to be going back to AWS for one night. Bart's flying me back out. He's celebrating his 15th year, I believe, running shows.
Oh, okay.
So bringing me back out there for my lightweight champion. So I'm not 100% sure what my match is yet, but I'm very much looking forward to that. I try and get as many places as I can. I got some legal problems that prevent me from going to Canada, so that kind of sucks. But yeah, if I can get to Ohio, I'll go to Ohio. If I can get to Illinois, I'll go to Illinois. Like, any place that'll have me,
Oh, definitely.
Quite often, so.
Right on.
Any place that'll have me, I'll go.
Right. Okay. So I ask this question to pretty much everyone that I interview, and it's a 2-part question. What's a great piece of advice someone has given you about wrestling, and what advice would what advice would you give someone trying to break into the wrestling business?
Actually, I do this quite a lot. Actually, at the House of Truth, I'm there quite often, and I help out a lot. And
well, that's good.
A lot of new students come in and they'll ask me that question, like, what advice? It's got to be something that it's a lifestyle. It's not a hobby. It's a lifestyle choice. There's going to be days where you don't want to go to practice. There's going to be days you don't want to go to a show. There's going to be times you're sick and don't want to go. It's your dedication that's going to bring you to that next level. There's been opportunities I missed out on because I couldn't make it, or I wasn't feeling good, and I didn't, I could have been on Impact, but I missed that opportunity. I could have been on Lucha Underground, but I missed that opportunity. Like, all you gotta do is just keep plugging away, and hopefully those opportunities will represent themselves. But it took me 3-4 years to get those one opportunities. It might take another 3 or 4 to get those. You have to be prepared for disappointment. You have to be prepared for pain, physical pain on a constant basis, because there's not going to be, it doesn't not hurt. Like, it's going to hurt. You'll hurt. Your girlfriends, your boyfriends, your significant others are going to get mad at you because there's going to be a birthday party you can't make. There's going to be a dinner you can't miss. There's going to be a funeral you miss. There's going to be things that, how dedicated are you to it? Because that's how dedicated you have to be. That's what I always tell people, at least my own personal experiences, is you got to go into it 100%. Hesitation equals death. Right. So if you hesitate, you're going to die. In any facet of life, you hesitate, you're not committed, you're going to die. That's the advice I would give people. Advice I've gotten, it's just variations of that. Just you'll get in what you get out. If you put in the work, you'll get it back. It's a circle. You're not entitled to anything. You're not entitled to anything just because you put a deposit down and spent 6 weeks at a school. That's another thing. Never stop training. You never stop learning. You learn something from everybody every single day. And one of my biggest frustrations is people take the 12 weeks at the House of Truth or the 12 weeks at whatever school they learn their craft from, and then they buy a pair of tights off Highspots, they get a pair of boots off of eLucha, and, ooh, I'm a wrestler now. But no, you're not, because you don't know what you're doing. You don't know why you're doing it. There's a million little things that just going through those 12 weeks you don't learn. Right. You go through those 12 3 or 4 times, and you start learning it. Like, I've done nothing but the fundamentals for I don't know how long, and that's all you need to do. Just don't quit. You never quit learning, so don't quit learning.
Wow. I think that's probably one of the best answers I've heard so far. That was really amazing. Thanks for that, man. So tell the people that are going to be watching this interview, where can they see El Ridiculoso and to buy some of your merch? And by the way, I just wanted to point out, I was at, there you go. You got the merch there. Right. Matter of fact, I was at Border City Wrestling's show they did at the Diamondback Saloon, and I seen at least 3 of your shirts there. So
that's the one I missed. That was the Impact one I missed. I had a stupid sinus infection, and I didn't want to make a bad impression with all those people and having like a snot runny nose. Right. So I make that show. And that was the opportunity. That was my Impact opportunity. Yeah.
Well, I see at least 3 of your shirts. So where can we see you up recently or soon so that people can go buy those sweet shirts?
Well, you can, anytime my shirts are available at prowrestlingtees.com /El Ridiculoso.
Oh,
all
sweet.
One word, all I got all my shirts are available up there. I'll be at XICW this Sunday. I'll be at XICW next Sunday at the Ritz in Warren. I got so many shows coming up. I'm going to feel bad. Pro Wrestling All Stars is running on the 2nd with a joint February 2nd. On January 25th, I will be at the Michigan Pro Wrestling Alliance MPWA Mall of Monrovia show. At the Mall of Monrovia, of course.
Right.
On January 31st, a brand new company in Toledo, Ohio will be running. It's called ECW Toledo. We'll be running their event. They're hoping for a sellout crowd, so I hope I'll have my merchandise there too. So if you follow me on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, I always put up the flyers and the show dates of everything I'm at. So if you go to Facebook, El Ridiculoso, Twitter is at El Ridiculoso. and Instagram is at El Ridiculoso. Always have my information up there. Always want people to come out, support good indie wrestling, support champions, support opportunity.
Yes, sir. So I will see you Sunday because me and a few of my buds bought a VIP suite, and we're gonna hang out and get our free pizza and pop and enjoy the show. Yeah.
Oh man, I love that building. It's such a building that's about to fall around you, but it's such a good atmosphere.
Yeah. It's definitely amazing. The when the fans get going, it's a good place to be. All right, buddy. Well, I want to say thank you so much for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you this Sunday, and maybe we'll have you on again. What do you think?
Oh yeah, for sure, man. This was a lot of fun. Anytime.
All right, thanks, bud. Have a good one.
You too, man. You got this.
I do got this. You got it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's find out who's joining me February 1st, the day before Blue Water Championship Wrestling's event at the American Legion Post 8 in downtown Port Huron.
This is Dan Beals, and I'm going to be joining Cody live once again on Rasslin Rage, February 1st at 8 p.m. on R2 YouTube Live. But that ain't all.
What? There's more?
That's right. Billy Ray Daniels here, and I'll be there too. Join us Friday, February 1st at 8 p.m. on R2YouTube.com, and maybe we'll just party like some rock stars.
You heard it here first. Danny Beals and the Redneck Rockstar, Billy Ray Daniels, joins me live February 1st for a special edition of Rasslin Rage. Don't miss the party. All right.
Well, that should be. So you had to bring two big names in
Yes.
after me.
Yes,
I
well,
couldn't be
yeah.
here.
I mean, you come really prepared.
Well, I try.
You know, do or do not.
That's right. I do actually. I come very prepared.
All right. So much stuff to do, but I want to point out that Eddie is in the chat room.
That is right. Mr. Eddie Thomas is
Hello,
in the chat
Eddie.
room, probably with his brother Kenny.
Nice. Yes, Eddie, Kenny, nice to see you guys. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. As you can see, Mr. Weir's here, and I'm here too. So just wanted to say hello to them. So we're going into Indies.
Awesome.
Now, I know Mrs. Weir's probably not going to be very happy with me because not only did we play an interview with El Ridiculoso,
Who, should give the title back to Alex because he won. Period. That's it.
but now I'm going to go to the other side of things and say I'm going to give a big, huge shout out to one Mr. Cyrus 18 because he made it on not only would be his 5th iPay-per-view for Evolve Wrestling, and he's also has a big win over Nolan Edwards, who we interviewed last week at the ACW Proving Ground, Fort Pitchy or something like that, Proving Ground, ACW, American Combat Wrestling in Florida. So if you pay attention to Cyrus's social media accounts, he has very high praise for Nolan Edwards. So they've both been on Rasslin Rage, so you can check that out. There's a playlist that has like all the times that Cyrus Satine was on the show and matches and all kinds of stuff. So check those out, all right? Tickets are on sale. You can go to PKSA Port Huron. Do you have them at St. Clair too?
No, they're just at Port Huron.
Okay, just Port Huron. And they are $15 in advance, $20 at the door. So February 2nd at the American Legion, Post 8, downtown Port Huron. Look, they have family 4-packs, 4 for $50. That's an amazing thing, and it's family friendly. And there's a lot of things that go on. It's fun stuff. I enjoy it. Make sure that if you can't make it to PKSA and maybe you know Alex or maybe you don't know Alex, he has a page, Weaponized Alex Weir, DTA, on Facebook. Message him on there. Or you can message Billy Ray Daniels to get tickets as well. You would really be helping those two out if you did something like that. Believe me on that. Now, we know that they announced the big matches. We talked about it last week. Blake is going up against Justin Maine for the heavyweight title.
For the heavyweight title.
Now,
that is correct.
I ran into Blake when I went to XICW Proving Ground Season 1.
I hear he scammed the free ticket. Is
Yeah.
true?
Well, I wouldn't say he scammed it. I mean, he just kind of hung out, and we were okay with it. And then MM3 hung out for a while. And, I mean, John McIvers, he was there too, but then he left. I don't know what happened to him. He, like, gone. See ya. Yeah, he was,
Took a couple pictures and left, huh?
yeah, he was gone. But Alan and I are going to sit down with Blake on February 2nd before the show. And I'm going to interview him.
Well, Alan better have his steady cam on because I think Blake will probably be shaking a lot.
I don't know. You think he's scared?
I don't know. I don't think he's scared, but I think he should be a little bit nervous. You're going up against the heavyweight champion of Blue Water Championship Wrestling. I mean, that's a big shot for somebody who's just come into
his first win,
own.
right?
I mean,
that was his first
win.
Yeah, first win
Blue
in
Water
Blue
Championship.
Yeah,
first
win.
You get you get a win, and then I guess you get a heavyweight title shot. I don't know.
Some people don't even get rematches.
There are no rematch clauses except for
now.
I don't know.
It's like government. They make the rules up as they go along.
It's exactly it.
So let me see here. Weaponized Alex Weir is will be facing.
He's going off.
He's going off because he's always going off. He's going against MM3.
Correct.
Which this is what, the second time Blue Water?
147th time.
Well,
no, it's the third. This will be the fourth time they've wrestled in Blue Water Championship Wrestling,
and that's definitely going to.
I'm going to tell you, in talking to Alex, he loves wrestling, Malcolm, but he's tired. He wants to get this over with and move on. And he said, "I'm not holding back this time.
All
so
right.
you guys better bring some seatbelts because it's going to be awesome."
Boy. Yeah, well, you know me. I'm always out of my seat.
Yeah.
Right. So, definitely going to be a good match. Then Kid Bullet's coming back, and he's going to take on CrossFit Rob, one half of the tag team Twinkie Power, who were eliminated.
Correct.
By Five Most Wanted.
Five Most Wanted, yep.
Our boy, Billy Ray Daniels, takes on the one half of the tag champs, James Alexander. Now, do you think this might start a little bit of a rivalry between the teams? I mean, because we still have no clue what's going on with his tag team partner.
I don't know, but maybe we'll get some answers later in the night because we'll see that in a little bit. But right. I don't really know. And James not being there at the last show, I don't even know if he knows what happened. So he could be coming into something he has no idea about, and it could be a lot of fun. That's for sure.
Hopefully he was watching the live stream. If you don't know, Blue Water Championship Wrestling now live streams their wrestling shows on Facebook, and I do believe they're going to start Twitter very soon. And they also have a YouTube channel, so check that out. BWCWstars.com would probably be the place you'd want to go for all that information. Mr. Fitness and Chuck Whedon are competing. What is it?
Whedon.
Whedon?
Not Wagon. Chuck Whedon.
I thought I said Whedon.
You did. I'm just making sure everybody knows that.
Oh, Whedon.
Chuck Whedon, not
Chuck
Wagon.
Whedon are competing in the Big Chuck Body Slam Challenge.
Yes.
Big Chuck Wagon. 350 pounds of sexiness.
Slim awesomeness. That's all he is. That's what he is.
Yeah. He's dreamy, right?
Yeah.
Chuck Wagon is the dreamiest Chuck Wagon kind of guy you'll ever meet in your entire life. Anyways, these two dudes are going to have to try, or they're going
to compete for the chance to get to try and slam Chuck Wagon.
So they have to fight each other?
Yes.
And then whoever wins gets...
Yes.
Oh, wow. That's different. All right. So then this is a thing. This isn't the first time this has happened, correct?
No. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, okay. Wow.
My money's on Fitness, though. He's been working out a lot.
Well, I don't know. Them Twinkies and the Diet Coke.
That's what I'm using for my master test.
Are you really?
Yeah,
wow, man.
Sure.
Josh out there, Josh Harper, he's a huge fan of Twinkie Power. He just loves those guys. And he was telling me earlier about how he was going to like Mr. Fitness's page because he loves him so much.
There you go.
All right. And then we have, we talked about, 5 Most Wanted eliminated Twinkie Power. 5 Most Wanted is also taking on the Roach.
With Arabella, correct.
With Arabella.
And who knows? Maybe
Yeah.
they'll have somebody trailing behind them on a dog collar. I don't know where Buddy Hanlon's going to be during this whole thing, but I don't know. This is getting weird. That's all I can say.
Slim sexiness, RoboTube says. All right. So, Rasslin Rage and some of the Ragers were in attendance for XICW Proving Ground Season 6, Episode 1. We had a VIP suite, and if you have the opportunity to go, I definitely recommend the VIP suite because it was awesome. And, they already released tickets for the next one, and I bought them.
Sweet.
Yeah, so what a show. I feel like every time I hit the road for XICW, I never come home disappointed.
Well, that's good.
I tell you that right now. And if you watch the match, if you watch the daddy issues match or the
Family issues.
Yeah, well, they called it daddy issues.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, from what I saw, it was the whole family was involved.
That's what I'm saying.
I
have not seen
something going on in that. I'd love to be there for Thanksgiving. That's what I would say.
There's something going on there because a lot of people got hurt and there was little fights going on all over the place. Like, it was insane. Like, I couldn't keep track of everything that was going on. People over here fighting, people over there fighting. There's a fight going on in the ring. It
was like
locker rooms are getting cleared out. People beating everybody up.
It was like the Avalanche Red Wings night.
Yeah,
everybody fighting
exactly.
all over the ice. Yeah, same.
DBA setting stuff on fire.
What DBA walking around with a dollar bill stapled to his head for an hour and a half or something like. I don't know. I think he still has it on there.
It was definitely a great match, and the whole night was great. And we got to see the picks. The vets came out, picked their rookies, and apparently there's going to be an announced vet and rookie at the next one, I guess.
Yes.
So, and we don't know who it's going to be.
Nope.
So, we'll be heading back to episode 2 on February 24th, and we also have VIP suite again at the Hot Rocks in Warren, Michigan. This time, this guy's coming with us.
I'm going.
So,
if I'm still alive at that point, let's put it. If I'm still alive at that point.
Well, I mean, it's going to be what, 2 weeks after, right?
I got to survive it first.
Have you
ever?
ever?
It's 2 weeks after.
Have you ever been to XICW show?
No.
Really?
Well, yes.
I
went to the one down in Elginak that was in the tent.
Oh yeah, that's
the one. Weaponized went up against DBA, and
was it a singles match?
It was a tag match. I forget who it was that he was wrestling with.
I thought it was MM3.
MM3 and his dad, and it was Alex and
Jack. Wasn't it?
No, it wasn't Jack. Alex, tell me who it was in the tent.
I thought
down
it was
there.
DT.
But that's the one where Alex went back and jumped off some bleachers onto DBA back by the hot dog stand.
Did you get a hot dog too? Or?
Wait, you should have. It was a pretty classy event. I sat on a bale of straw. That was the VIP seats. It was pretty awesome.
Well, that's Elginak. I mean, I don't think that's
thing.
XICW was probably out of their element out that way.
No, they love it down there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm sure Elginak loves it, but I'm saying like it's a different scene for XICW because they're Detroit. Elginak's yeehaw.
Yeah, huh?
Yaha.
Yaha.
All right, so there's that one. Don't worry, Mr. Weir, you'll be fine, says RoboTube.
I will be.
It was Alex and Jack, says BRD.
Was it really?
Yeah. Tomorrow, and we were talking about this a minute ago, tomorrow BCWA presents Got Your Six in Wyandotte, Michigan. Justin Maine, Truth Martini, and the Mysterious Movado. And now...
Just announced, just confirmed.
Today, right?
Today.
Weaponized Alex Weir will also be there. I don't know who he's facing. Do you know who he's facing? We don't know.
We don't know.
So he's just going to show up and he's going to kick some butt and go home like the old days.
Pretty much.
That's what I used to like about Goldberg. There was not a whole lot of talking, a whole lot of butt whooping, and then leaving. That's what I liked back in the day.
Till he got hit with a cattle prod.
Well, come on. I mean,
let's not talk about that. It's a sad day in WCW history.
Doors open at 5:30 with a bell time of 6. Tickets are only $10 online and $13 on the door. That's not bad.
No, that's not bad at all.
No, and I mean, you get to go see Alex, and you can have him autograph a bunch of stuff. He's popular apparently. So,
Allegedly.
February 8th. Horror Slam. Now, listen, guys, this is kind of like your death match kind of stuff.
These ones aren't, nice.
Yeah, so, I mean, you're not
family friendly.
No. There's going to be some craziness going on there, so you definitely want to, if you're going to bring your kids, there should be like 16 and older, maybe, maybe. But anyways, holds St. Valentine's Massacre 2 live from Rocky's Pub in Riverview, Michigan. Doors open at 7. The show starts at 8. Tickets are $12 and $15 at the door. There's VIP booths.
Try that again?
Yeah, booths available for $25. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
There's a triple threat match scheduled for this event. MM3 takes on Nolan Edwards and Dead King Logan. I hear that name a lot, Nolan Edwards. Jack Price and Aaron Orion of the Death Threat Army will also be there to compete in a tag team tournament against Lotus, who also made their Evolve debut on Evolve 119 in, I believe it was New Jersey, and The Dirty. Let me get back here. Okay. All right. So,
hey, Lexi, by the way, noted you weren't there tonight. Hopefully Q told you that, but he was supposed to.
Oh, no.
We got the air quotes from Q why Alexis wasn't at class tonight. Because she didn't want to be.
So now is the time where we talk about news. Now, listen, a few things have developed since I wrote the show. We might try to fit it in there. It depends on where we're at because, oh boy, here we go, right? We're already there. Here we go.
We're back.
That was perfect.
By the way, I want you to know. Remember how you were having the problem? Oh, it's up here actually. There.
Yeah,
it's staying now.
Yeah,
it's not resetting. Good
figured
job. See, look at that. Your donations, which by the way, I've seen no donations tonight. Your donations help to go fix stuff like this. So
yeah, I fixed
get in
it.
there.
Yeah. So as we reported last week, but now it's official. Not just rumor official. Jungle Boy has officially signed with AEW Wrestling.
That is so awesome.
Yeah, the Young Bucks put out a tweet with a picture of Cody Rhodes along with the Young Bucks and the Jungle Boy sitting on Cody's shoulders, officially announcing his signing. And there was some other video stuff. So you can go out there, check it out on Facebook or Twitter.
The thing that I liked I watched the video just because I really enjoyed listening to Nate Coy get the phone call from Cody. But the fact of Cody sitting there and explaining, listen, we're not going to rush into this and go out and just grab everybody. We're going to take our time. We're going to learn, how did they put it? Learn from those before us and do this right.
Right.
And I think that made a big impression on me because I think they're gonna do something here that a lot of people have been waiting for. Because I like how he said it doesn't matter. They went into the whole thing. It doesn't matter who you are. We're looking for people who are looking for a chance.
Right.
And I think that if everything goes well, this could be that competition we've been waiting for.
Yeah, the one we've been wanting. Well,
and by the way, did you see the picture of Cody with the owner of the Jaguars?
No.
I think he's 12. I'm not sure, but I'm like, that's the guy that owns the. Oh, I'm doing something wrong in my life.
Well, and on top of what you were saying there, to kind of piggyback off of that, these guys are really good at what they do, right? They market very well. They know how to use social media, and they play the people. They work us like you've never seen before. And so, they also do the Elite YouTube channel, and they do a weekly or every other day YouTube series. And they play against the naysayers and the negative talkers. They play into that side of the things, but show
to pull it out.
They're doing it's just amazing. It's hilarious, and I love it. These guys.
I'm really excited, and I know that there's going to be some more signings, of course, and rumors and all that stuff going around. But it was good to actually get confirmation because it was a rumor and. We actually contacted him, and he was like, "No, it's true story." So it was really cool
because he has been to Port Huron. He did wrestle Weaponized Alex Weir, and then you guys kind of became friends afterwards. So
we ended up taking him to the airport because it was really snowing that day, and I didn't want Nicole driving in the snow, so we took him in the big truck. And,
there you go.
Yeah, had a good time. It was a good talk.
And that's one of those things that it's the benefit of
Yes.
being involved in the
Well,
wrestling business.
Danny can tell you that. I mean,
Yeah, oh,
he's
yeah.
driven people back and
Oh, yeah.
forth. It's pretty interesting to, you know, you got nothing to do in the car for an hour and a half.
Right.
but
Yeah.
talk.
He was
and-
telling us a road story about Buff Bagwell and Ken Anderson. It was pretty hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
It was a good one, and that's why his door on his van no longer works correctly, is because of Ken Anderson almost ripping it off the hinges. So, but I would rather my door worked. But you know, it is what it is. With the signing rumors come, the dirt sheets are going wild. How many signed next, or who's going here, and who's leaving WWE?
Oh, I was telling you, when I was going to be on the show tonight, I was telling Mrs. Weir, I said, you know, one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to have my phone nearby me, and like every 15 minutes, I'm going to put it up and go, oh, hot off the wire, AEW signed, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just going to start rattling names off, you know, Boogeyman going to AEW. You know, just because that's exactly what it is. Everybody now who's under contract, who's coming up on their contract, man, they're going to AEW.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to AEW. Everybody's
AJ
going
Styles, there's a whole bunch of people.
The Revival.
Dolph Ziggler.
I don't know.
Canalises.
That's it. Yeah, those
the
two.
Canalises. Well, so
Where's Kenny Omega going?
Nobody knows.
Where's Kenny? You know, the other one I heard now. I heard this last night. Was CM Punk's going to AEW?
Yeah. Well, and that's there's. So what's going on there is that Pro Wrestling Tees is who does the T-shirts for AEW and New Japan and the Elite, and see they also do shirts for Punk. So there was a copyright or a trademark violation lawsuit filed against a company and it was filed by AEW and ProWrestlingTees.com. So people are speculating.
So that would mean that CM Punk is under contract with AEW, or AEW owns the rights to CM Punk.
Yeah,
but wouldn't WWE own the rights?
I have no idea.
I don't know.
I don't know who owns what, but
who knows? Everybody's going to AEW.
Yeah, that's right. Everybody. So the Revival apparently, and this is all dirt sheet, is apparently upset not only with their position within the company, but they're also unhappy with the status of the tag division within the company. Which, if they are unhappy about it, that's legit. That's a legit complaint.
Okay. Talk to the boss.
Right. Well,
stop talking on dirt sheets and
that's
talking
true.
on these things. Talk to the boss.
Do you think Vince is going to listen, though?
No.
See, yeah, you know.
I believe that they're got to turn a corner. I mean, I know they're going to turn a corner because they have to. They know what's going on. Again, a notice this week: Raw tanked this week.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the last Raw before the Royal Rumble, and you tanked in the third hour.
They call it the go home show or something like that.
So, you know, you got to do something. And I know that I printed out a whole thing about this conference call that Triple H had.
With the NXT
takeover and talking about AEW and all that stuff. And he knows. He's smart enough to know.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm sure in the meetings, in the closed door meetings, they've got to be talking about, listen, we got to do something because otherwise we're going to get run out of here and we're not even going to know what happened. So you got to listen to your teams. But I also go back to, okay, so the Revival's unhappy with the tag team division. Okay. How long you been in WWE?
I don't know how long.
Shut up.
It's been a couple years.
Yeah, a couple years. Shut up. Know your role. Do the job.
Right. And this is Pro Wrestling Sheet, which is Ryan Satin is the guy that writes for them, and he's not. I do know he's not very well liked by Chris Jericho. I know that for a fact. But
Chris Jericho's in AEW, by the way.
Right.
That one is true.
So now there's a lot. You would be dumb not to try to, if you're a wrestler, right, and you're not trying to capitalize, in my opinion, again, this is my opinion, and you're not trying to capitalize on this what if and this awe factor and this question mark of who's going where and what's going on and playing on it, you're losing out, right? Velveteen Dream here, right?
Yep.
So he made a release. I know my worth. The past year, I've created a special atmosphere in NXT TakeOver until we, and it's just W-E with a apostrophe or whatever that thing's called. What is
Asterisk.
Asterisk, thank you. See, smart people know things. Can come to an agreement as to what my worth actually is. There won't be any, there we go, appearances or performances from the Velveteen Dream or my likeness. Thank you, The Dream, at Velveteen WWE, January 21st, 2019. Well, first of all, I'm pretty sure that WWE owns his likeness. So I don't think this, I just think this is more of a play on everything.
Well, and let me just go. So I'm gonna piggyback off this. So here I printed out what it said for this thing with Triple H on the conference call, and he said he did not seem upset at all about this tweet.
Really?
So
yeah, so he's doing something.
He's doing something, so that's good. You know, he talked about the constant battle to figure out, you know, what does and does not cross the line on social media. Right. And I'm sure that's got to be, because I'll tell you, I've said it many times, WWE should sell how they do social media.
Yeah.
Because we were talking earlier, they must have spent $2 gazillion today on Facebook ads for that movie coming out.
Yeah.
Because every time you hit refresh on Facebook, WWE now. Yep. WWE 1 minute ago. Yep. WWE 10 minutes ago. Yep. You go down. So, I mean, he's all over. So you had that going on. He talked about War Machine and a bunch of other people at the Performance Center and how they're doing. But he's definitely got his hands in on everything. And I think if Dream is actually, you know, trying to fire the first shot at him, that's, you know, good for you if it works.
Right.
But again, how long you been in WWE?
Right, not long.
Not long.
No, not long at all. And he's really young. He's not even over 30 yet.
No, he's not. I mean, he's got a great
26.
look. He's tall. He's got the build. He's got everything. And if you just do your job, you'll get your shot.
Right. And this is one of those guys that WWE has molded.
Yes.
You know,
he doesn't look anything like he did when he came in.
Yeah, they picked him right out. He was a tough enough find.
Yeah.
You know, and they've developed him through NXT. And I mean, they've put him into developmental territories and put him into NXT, you know, and he worked with Leo Rush for a while too.
Yep.
And Leo Rush is amazing.
Malcolm's brother, twin brother.
Yeah. So good stuff there. But speaking of, we got all this talk about AEW.
Here we go.
More AEW, right?
More AEW. Guess who else is going to AEW?
I know. I don't know. But they have filed another trademark. This time it's for Change the Universe. Okay.
Who says that?
Well, it will be used for, no one knows right now, but it's believed to be linked to something. So Jericho said that during the the rally.
The rally.
Change the Universe. At the rally for Double or Nothing or for the AEW announcements and all that stuff.
We're going to have another countdown?
I don't know. But I do know that a lot of people are saying that this is kind of like a play on WWE Universe and all this stuff. So I'm telling you, these guys know what they're doing. They're not stupid. If you thought Matt Hardy was retired, guess what? You're wrong.
Nope.
Matter of fact, Matt just released that he's been greenlit to compete again on his Twitter. In the tweet, he also says he's in the best shape he's been in 20 years, and as well, he's the lightest he's ever been.
That's correct.
I can tell you, man, I've lost 30 pounds, and I know how good that feels. You know, I feel dang good. Now, only reason why I'm even talking about this is because I know you're on the show.
Okay.
It's because the guy you love, Kenny Omega, they're going to have a documentary about him airing on the Canadian network TSN on March 27th.
What was the other one he was on? They did a whole special on him.
They did Access TV.
Access TV.
Did instead of this is actually like a documentary about him. And the other ones were just like matches. They just did matches for 24 hours, nothing but Kenny Omega.
Okay.
Just matches.
I'm supposed to pay attention. That's what I was told by my son. Pay attention to Kenny Omega. But
he's good.
Where is he? Where's he going?
Well,
Who knows? Nobody knows.
He's still under contract with New Japan, I believe, till the 31st of January. And then
he's not doing anything though.
Well, not now, but he can't sign with anybody or do anything yet. And man, he ain't gonna tell anybody what's going on.
That's true.
You know, first of all, you have the Royal Rumble coming out. There's always anybody speculating that he's going to come out for the Royal Rumble, which I don't think is going to happen. But if it does, could you imagine the people are going to go nuts? They'll probably tear the stadium down.
It would be cool.
Yeah.
I have given up my hope of a happy Royal Rumble.
Why?
Roman Reigns number 30. That just killed me.
Oh.
It just killed me forever.
Do you think? Now, speaking of that, do you have anybody that you would like to see come back as a surprise entrant? Someone we don't know that's coming in. Like we know there's certain people that are going to be in the Royal Rumble, but
yeah, there's going to be certain people that are.
But like last year, was it Hurricane Helms?
Hurricane came back.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was cool.
Which, by the way, screw Gilbert. I want Hurricane.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. That would be super awesome. I don't know. I was always looking forward to the Royal Rumble because I just wondered what they were going to pull out and see. But at this point, I'd just like to see some of these guys that are hurt come back.
Yeah,
that would be the big thing.
A lot
I'd
of
like
guys
to see
are hurt.
them come back. But I don't know. Can they pull a surprise one? I think this is an opportunity for maybe some of those guys down in NXT that they're ready to move up. This would be the shot where they're going to get to come out.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely.
So,
and we also have Takeover too, Saturday, tomorrow.
Correct. So you got Takeover, they're going to do it, and then they'll do Royal Rumble. Yeah. And I'm looking forward to it just to see. But it would be cool if Omega came out. It would be cool if they pull some big surprise out. But I was joking with Q that Roman Reigns is coming out in the Women's Royal Rumble.
Did you see the?
Rihanna Reigns, number 30.
Come on, you're killing me.
Wait, 29 because Carmella's 30.
Did you see that he's in a movie with The Rock?
Yes,
coming out. It's a spin-off of Fast and Furious.
Yes,
and so it's going to
be like a comedy.
Yeah, but he's The Rock still playing that character, the FBI dude, whatever. I stopped watching after like.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Fast
you want to make
Furious
Mrs. Weir
4.
happy? You have The Rock and Roman Reigns, and then get Shamar Moore to have a shot in that movie too.
Who's that?
The guy from Criminal Minds.
Oh, gotcha.
He's on SWAT now.
Yeah, I got
you.
All right, so
where are we at now?
All right, so it's Royal Rumble season. Which means that we're after the Royal Rumble, we're on the road to WrestleMania.
Yes.
Okay, so we're on the road to WrestleMania, which also means the Hall of Fame's coming.
Yes.
All right, and we haven't heard anything of who's going in. There's always speculation.
They won't say anything until the Royal Rumble.
Right, and I talked about this last week, I think, with Josh, that they're putting out WWF Superstars on the network, which is the old show, okay?
Yes.
So for the ads that we're running, because you know how much WWE spends on ads already, right? They put out an ad that said that Hall of Fame, that says, it stated, and I quote, featuring Hall of Famers Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, and Ric Flair. So now, again, we're playing off of words again, because like with the AEW thing or what have you. And is it a clue that the Undertaker is going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame? Do you think it's time? I think it's time.
It's beyond time.
Oh yeah, I think
it's beyond time.
I've said this numerous times. If you were going to have him take the L at WrestleMania against Brock, that should have been
it.
That should have been done.
You should have been when he took off his gloves and hat, put it left and right.
I don't even know why. I think he did that.
It is time for him to go in, definitely. There's a lot of people that it's time.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's time. Big Van Vader.
Yep.
Oh yeah. China.
And
I get it. Like what Josh said, was it 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago, Josh said that that Triple H said that anytime that you search China's name and you see this or that, they're not going to put her in.
If this is a true statement, who's the general manager of SmackDown?
Well, was Paige, right? Well, I know. I know. But that's what I was just gonna say. You got
Paige running SmackDown. You've got Alexa Bliss still on the show. You've still got all of these people who have done something bad in their past.
Right. Well, and not only that, like you will never be able to put Sable in the Hall of Fame. Right?
Nope.
You won't ever. Nope. Tori Wilson.
Nope.
You can't.
None of them.
Anybody that.
Well, now you can't put Sasha Banks in there. We'll get to that later.
Yeah, in a minute.
And Mrs. Weir, we'll get to that discussion also, because that's not a true statement.
What?
She put in the chat about Ronda.
Oh, that
Ronda
she's
Rousey.
leaving?
Yeah, it's not true.
Not true.
Not true.
Debunked. So, talking about it.
Oh, here we go.
Alexa Bliss will be making her in-ring return at the Royal Rumble. She announced on her segment on Raw this week, which is called, what is that, Simply Bliss?
Simply Bliss.
Yeah. She will be one of the 30 participants in this year's Royal Rumble. It's good to see her back because she was suffering from some head injuries, so, concussions, which are no fun.
That's what happens when you face Ronda Rousey.
Yeah, because she's a beast, that's for sure. And speaking of Raw, did you notice during this week's episode of the Raw, the screen went blank? Like, there was nothing there. Like, 1 minute there's a match or whatever was going on, and then there was nothing?
Yeah.
Well, that's because Sasha's Bank.
She had a wardrobe malfunction.
Yeah, booty.
Yeah.
The
somebody
booty.
went up to grab and pulled down, and
the gluteus maximus.
so they had to, it's PG show, so they had to cut it out. They hit the dump button.
But they can have Alexa Bliss half naked, whatever.
It's totally different.
But it's her butt.
I know, because you can watch Naked and Afraid on Discovery Channel. And,
So, big news in sponsorship. This is huge if you ask me. Major League Wrestling picked up GoDaddy.com as one of their sponsors, okay? GoDaddy became really popular, and not so much for the services that they offer, but because some of the commercials that they did.
Yes.
Danica
Patrick.
Yep, Danica Patrick. Danica, excuse me. Danica, yes. I should remember that because of your dog.
Careful, if you say that enough, she'll start looking at the phone.
Right. But she also gained a lot of popularity because of that.
Yes.
And so they did a lot of cool commercials during the Super Bowl. So there's a big money spender that could really help a small time, and they're not small time. They are kind of big time. They got Brian Pillman Jr. They got what? Let's see. British Bulldogs kid.
They've got
All right, yeah, him. And they got Hart, Teddy Hart. They got Shane Strickland. There's a bunch of guys in there. They got Sammy Callahan. There's so many guys. And they got Terry Schiavone announcing from the old WCW days, right?
Good Lord, there's a name for the past.
Right, and it's like one of those things. Like, remember what was it?
Oh my!
Right, I can't remember what it was. The event where Lawler and JR were announcing for just the match, the one match. It was the Undertaker. Was it an Undertaker versus somebody? It was like a classic match, and they came back and did the announcing for. And it was just like, it was so nice to hear JR and Lawler.
Yeah.
Back
Oh
again.
yeah. No, yes. That was at at WrestleMania.
Right. Yeah.
Yep.
So if you go to MLW, you can go watch MLWs. They do a weekly show on the B Network, but they also have a YouTube channel that they load their weekly show on, which is called Fusion. And Terry Schiavone is announcing it. Man, it is so nice to hear, because I was huge WCW.
Yeah.
I did not watch WWE for the longest time.
It's Tony Schiavone's fault WWE took off.
I know. Well, under Bischoff's ruling.
Whatever, he said it.
Bischoff's the one that told him to do it. I mean, if you're in the gorilla position, if you're Vince McMahon, and I'm announcing and you tell me to do something, I'm going to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think they do that with Corey? Because he seems to just say whatever he wants all the time.
Well, he probably gets a smack on the wrist from time to time. Because he's really good at his job.
He is really good.
Yeah.
I've never seen anybody flip-flop so fast. I mean, he can... it is just hilarious.
You know who else I really like as an announcer? Is the NXT, Mario Ronaldo.
Yep.
That guy's amazing.
Very
man.
good.
Does
Very
a lot
good.
of boxing, too. So this is a little bit of unfortunate news. Michigan native and Ring of Honor roster member Chris Sabin will be out of action for 8 to 12 months because of a complete ACL tear. That sucks.
Oh, that's horrible.
We read, Rasslin Rage here. We wish him a speedy recovery. What really does sucks is he's injured and his contract's coming up. So I don't know the exact date, but a lot of these guys in ROH are able to take other bookings. Chris Sabin's one of those guys that isn't.
No.
He can't do any shows in the United States. He can do shows outside of the United States, but he can't do any shows for any other company other than ROH in the United States of America. So you won't see him
see
at
what
Blue
happens.
Water.
Hopefully he'll be all right.
Yeah.
Get this taken care of.
Which he has. That's for Blue Water. He's actually from around here.
Yes, he is.
So
he's been at a lot of Blue Water shows.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of videos. Oh, this one's interesting. I like
Yeah.
this here.
All right, so
this blows my mind.
Several news outlets are reporting 18-year Impact veteran. 18 years, that's a long time. An Impact Hall of Fame member, Abyss, is leaving Impact for WWE along with Sanjay Dutt. Now, I did some reading and did a little more research on this. I did, because Sanjay Dutt hasn't been in the ring a lot.
No.
He was doing a lot of announcing, play-by-play action, and then once Callis came in as vice president of Impact with Scott D'Amore, Callis started doing a lot of the announcing with Josh Matthews. So Sanjay Dutt's been in the back doing a lot of developmental, a lot of producing and stuff like that, and so is Abyss.
Yes.
Abyss, you know, he's wrestled a few times, but he hasn't really, not nearly as much as he used to.
No.
And I talked to you about this yesterday, you know, because there's a lot of, I hate the internet. I really do.
You love it, but you hate it.
Yeah, well, I do, because if I have to love it because what I do.
Right.
You know, but then I have to not like it because of what I do too, because there's idiots. But you know,
That's
people
true
are being
statement.
real negative. They're like, "Oh, well, he's going to come in. They're going to WWE's going to bury him. He's going to suck." You know, da da da. Well, you know what though?
He's coming in with a purpose.
I think
somebody who's been in the business as long as Abyss and has done what he's done. If he's coming to the WWE, he's coming for a reason.
Right. Well, because he has something to offer.
Yeah.
Otherwise, WWE wouldn't bring him in.
No, he'd be going to AEW.
Right. You know. Yeah. My thing is, and I said something to you last night about this, and it's like kind of like Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe comes in, he looks real strong, real tough. He gets a couple wins, looks real good, gets the NXT championship.
Yep.
Dude didn't need to be in NXT.
No.
But he chose to be in NXT to help the younger talent.
Right.
Okay? And I see Abyss doing some of the same things. He's going to come in, he's going to use his name to help some of these younger guys look good, and he's going to slowly transition back into the back.
Yeah, and he's going to teach them. He's going to teach them what they need to be taught. He's going to give them the bump they need, and he's got a lot to offer because he's a really smart guy,
Really nice guy.
Yeah, super nice guy. And you know, for if you've never been around to these, like again, you always talk about it, but you go to indie shows. You know, I went to watch Alex wrestle. He used to wrestle at the City Market in Flint. And you know, we always used to joke with you about you needed to go up there because
I didn't.
I swear to this length of room, this guy had wrestling collectibles.
Yeah.
You would have never got out of there.
No.
But here's this place. It may hold 70 people.
Oh wow,
And here's Abyss, sitting there at a table all day long, signing autographs, talking to people, taking pictures, and then he gets out and he works and he does his job and he just does a great job. And that's the kind of stuff, like El Ridiculoso was saying, you know, you got to get out there and do it. And I think if WWE is going to bring in somebody that, you know, let's be honest, he's not young.
Right.
You know, he's coming for a reason.
Right.
And I think you're exactly right. He's coming to help the younger people. He's going to teach them what they need to be taught, and he's going to teach them the life lessons that he had to learn the hard way.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I think that that's going to be a great thing. And hopefully they do keep him in a trainer role.
Oh yeah.
And keep him going because
Yeah. There's
I've
so
said for many
different things he could do.
I've said for a long time that when it's time for John Cena to be done, he needs to be at the Performance Center 7 days a week.
Oh yeah.
Teaching people because whether you like him or not, as somebody who has watched what it means to become a wrestler, that guy knows the job.
Well, I mean, and he works so hard to get there.
He does.
He's
got a stupid haircut right now.
Well, I think it's because he's acting, but there's a lot to that too because he worked for everything. He really did. You know, and everybody's always talking about how they think he was handed. It wasn't handed to him.
No.
If you've seen, remember the gimmick? Remember the gangster rapper gimmick?
I tend to forget that.
Like,
Alex loved it because that was when the spinner belts came out.
I hate that.
The USA spinner
Did
belt.
he like that? Did he like the spinner belts?
He had them that day. He had them both in that box.
I hated those belts.
Man, he used to walk around. The pictures I could show you of Alex and I wrestling when he used to no sell anything. horrible wrestler.
All right, so
hopefully he'll, like I said, I don't really think he's coming back to be a full-time wrestler because his body.
No.
I mean, he's a big boy, so he fought the big boys, and I don't think he can fight today's big boys. I think somebody like Braun or somebody like that could take good care of him.
Right.
But I think he might do a couple, but.
As long as they don't put him in some stupid nostalgia match.
No, I don't think so. Because I think they'd have to do just like AJ Styles and Samoa Joe. It's almost coming in fresh.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know you did this back then, but now you're coming in fresh with us.
Right.
Same sort of thing.
Yeah. Very good. I like that. So Somebody talked about it in the chat, but
This is weird. She's all over it today.
Despite many rumors, Ronda Rousey will not be leaving the WWE. She is under contract until 2021. She may, however, take a break.
That's what everybody's getting confused.
Yeah.
She is
They
newly
took something
married.
She said out of context.
Yeah, she's newly married. She's looking to start a family. And so everybody goes, oh, well, then she must be leaving the company.
Yeah.
No, she's not leaving the company.
she just wants to have kids.
Probably just wants to, be a mom, and then she'll come back and do something later. But I also think that there's everybody wants to just lead her up to WrestleMania, and then she's going to do whatever and then leave. I don't.
No, she's come so far.
She's come so far, and she's done. I even think she's starting to win you over a little bit.
She is a little bit.
There you go.
She is a little bit,
and that's the whole thing.
And that's it. And it's not based upon. It's based upon what I'm seeing in the ring,
right?
So that's
the fact that if you follow her on Instagram or anywhere, I know you love him to death, but how many times you see Brock at a house show? Exactly.
Not now. But
You look at Ronda's Instagram every single night she's wrestling.
Right.
Every single night
Right.
in every single town she's out there wrestling, and that shows that she has commitment. And somebody like that, and I know a lot of people, we never had this chat, but a lot of people say, oh, she didn't pay her dues. She didn't pay her dues. She's the bantamweight women's champion in the UFC.
Was.
Dominated the women's division
until she
got knocked out. She was an Olympic champion for judo.
Yep.
She has, as a martial artist, that's a lot right there. So paying the dues, maybe she didn't pay the dues in the what are we doing now? Where are we at? She didn't pay her dues. Oh boy. She didn't pay her dues in the wrestling ring, but she is now. And not only is she paying the dues, she's representing the championship well. She's selling the merchandise. She's doing what she needs to do. She's shaking hands and kissing babies. And
well, you got to do what you got to do.
Bam. So to say all of a sudden, nope, she's done.
No.
Somebody like that doesn't do that.
No.
That's not in your DNA when you're that kind of physical specimen.
No,
you're not. You got to compete. You got to go.
Speaking on the part that she wants to have a kid, right? Could you imagine, because her husband's a fighter.
Yes.
Right? She's a fighter.
Yes.
Could you imagine that kid? Like, you're at school with that kid, one day you go
Imagine when she's 9 months pregnant and decides to start kicking. Sitting there in a chair and all of a sudden she falls over. Bam!
Well, I mean, think about that. That kid's obviously going to start training jiu-jitsu or keto or up keto or whatever she has.
6 months.
Right. And I mean, that kid's going to throw kids around like they're like pieces of.
It's going to be awesome.
Right. So that's all we have for All the Rage.
Really? That's it?
Well, what do you
so
got?
Much more.
I know, but we've already been going for
so much
hour
more.
And 15 minutes, man.
Oh, well, that's what happens when you got the best of the best on. So.
Oh, all right. So
you didn't talk about Dolph Ziggler.
Well, we kind of did.
There's your surprise entry for the Royal Rumble.
What, Dolph?
Yep.
Oh boy. All right.
But let me tell you right now. Here it is. You want it? You want it?
Sure.
R-Truth wins the Royal Rumble.
You think so?
God, wouldn't that be awesome? Oh, that would be so awesome if he won the Royal Rumble. By the way, here's my other prediction: Finn Balor wins the heavyweight title.
Oh yeah, guaranteed.
Finn Balor wins the heavyweight
Put
title.
money on that. All right.
Because he needs to.
All right. Oh yeah, legit wrestling questions before we get the entire card rundown. Hold on.
That's right. Challenge me. Challenge. Yeah, see, there was the other thing I was going to talk about.
What?
The match is being moved. The match is being moved from the main card down to the pre-show.
Oh, the championship match.
Yes. The U.S. Championship match? And the Cruiserweight Championship getting pushed down to the pre-show again.
Well, the Cruiserweight's always getting pushed down, but the U.S.
Then stop complaining that people aren't watching 205.
I'm not complaining. No, they are.
They are.
Well, yeah.
Nobody's watching 205 Live. Well, why? Because you pushed the championship match to the pre-show. And I can't watch the pre-show because I can only watch those intros 17 times. So, who are you looking at?
Somebody must have said something.
Eddie's getting out of control here, I think. I like it.
I don't know who said what. I'll have to put a whooping on you.
Holy, are we that far behind? This thing is just coming up on the legit wrestling.
Yeah, we are that far behind.
I like it.
Yeah. All right. So, anyways, we are now to legit wrestling questions.
Challenge me.
All right. So, Mr. Weir already called it. He says that Brock Lesnar is going to lose his Universal title to Finn Balor, and
Yes.
I agree with that, and I believe it's. But I believe from a psychological viewpoint, I don't think that Finn Balor can physically beat Brock Lesnar, but I do think he can beat Brock Lesnar with an interference from Braun Strowman.
Yes, and I also believe he could beat him one-on-one.
I don't see it. That's just my personal opinion.
Rey Mysterio Jr.
But that wasn't believable either. But anyways,
I think you're right. I think there's going to be some sort of interference.
Oh, yeah,
but again,
gonna...
we go back to this whole thing. He's now tipped over a limo, an ambulance, a semi-truck. I think pretty soon he's probably going to tip over the ring. He's going to lift that up. And
but what do they do with him if they give him the strap, Braun? What do they do with him after that? If he doesn't have a 4-year title reign like Hulk Hogan after he won the title from the Sheik,
you can't. That's the problem right now with the current WWE lineup. You can't have people like Brock and Braun be champion.
Because what else do you do with them?
You give them a 9-month vacation and you have Paul Heyman come out and irritate Miss Weir.
I love Paul Heyman. I'm frustrated because I want him to be a champ, but at the same time I know that if he becomes a champ and then loses the title, who beats Braun Strowman for the title other than, say, Brock Lesnar, maybe Drew McIntyre?
I don't know.
Because then you get into everybody's
going
got to be 6'4", 6'5".
You got to bring in the big guys, and I mean they're bringing in what's that guy's name? That ugly looking dude from NXT. He's got 2 names. Come on, Danny, help me out.
The big dude from NXT.
He's got 2 names.
Oh, Lars Sullivan.
That's it.
Yeah,
him.
Well, I heard something happened with him. I don't know what happened.
I don't know either.
I heard that like he got had anxiety and he left, and so he was supposed to have a match with Cena.
What?
Yeah, he got anxiety and he left. So they kayfabed an injury with Cena. Yeah, crazy, right?
Well, I think Finn Balor wins this. I don't know who wins the Rumble, but I think that it would be incredible if R-Truth won. I think it would be absolutely.
Dan Beals, you owe $1.
Uh-oh.
Taylor said so. Yes, ma'am, Tung Su.
And I think Ronda Reigns wins the women's title.
Ronda Reigns?
Ronda Reigns wins the women's championship. Or the women's Royal Rumble.
That's a really...
Coming in at number 29.
Now, here's
I don't know. There's another one. I'll tell you, again, what am I looking forward to the most? The women's match.
Which one? Oh,
exactly.
Oh,
I'm looking forward to. No, I'm not looking forward to Sasha and Ronda. I'm not.
Well, you got Sasha and Ronda.
I'm Becky.
Becky
and Asuka. Yes,
and
absolutely.
then you got the women's Royal Rumble, which last year's women's Royal Rumble
smoked the men's.
Oh yeah, in a minute.
Yeah. So the only thing that I didn't like about last year was you could almost feel the rush of the women's. Yeah. They were like rushing them, whereas the men's one just went on and on.
It's almost like they should have their own little show.
We're getting there.
You know what I mean?
Getting there.
Yeah, because it's not quite over.
I'm looking forward to Asuka and Becky Lynch. I think that's going to be a great match. I really just want Ronda to come out and absolutely destroy Sasha Banks. I really do.
Because I want to watch Becky Lynch and Ronda Rousey go at it.
Well, we got to get there, right?
I know. I still want to watch it.
But I just, again, you talk about Braun and Brock. Okay, I think I really like the fact that they were leading up to this Nia and Tamika against Ronda. That's the kind of competition that I can go, okay, there's somebody who can give her some competition.
Right.
5'0" Sasha Banks? No. She gets tossed around like a rag doll, like Alexa Bliss did.
All she's got is like a mouth. Yeah. That's about it.
So
sometimes she can't even do that right. Whatever. That's why I call her Sasha Botch. But,
she is.
You know,
well,
she's
Sasha Butt now.
Right. Sasha Butt. Do we have any questions? Hold on.
I don't know. I've been looking. What do we got? Here we We got some questions. I see them coming up here.
Let's see here.
Q
Q wants to know if you think that when Roman comes back, will Seth betray him?
Out loud.
That's a good question, though. It's a valid question. You got to give him credit.
Okay, so what's the question? Okay, when Roman comes back, will Seth betray him? No. No, because you've already had Dean Ambrose betray Seth. You've already had Seth betray everybody.
Right.
So no. When Roman comes back, you're not going to see any kind of Shield thing. You're going to see Roman come back and whoop everybody just like he did in the past because he's going to have the biggest pop in the world.
Exactly. And
he's going to have the Triple H pop when he comes back. So.
And you think about now that he's alongside Rock in a movie, that's only going to help him, you know, as far as with the fans. Let's see here. Robert Larson, if Finn wins the belt, do you think that Strowman beats Finn at WrestleMania? No.
No, I don't think that's the match. I don't think that's the match.
Neither do
I see a rematch with Seth and Finn. That's what I would see at WrestleMania. And
give me an honest answer. Surely you know WWE is in serious decline, right? PG ruined it. Well, duh. I wouldn't say ruined it.
It didn't ruin it. It just kind of holds them back. If they bumped it up to a PG-13, I think they'd be fine.
Well,
back up to the PG-13. But we don't need to. There's so many things they could do to fix it. Honestly, that's you want the honest answer.
You could still do PG.
You could still do PG and knock Raw to 2 hours.
Right.
You can't imagine how better that show would be if they knocked it to 2 hours. Wait till they get on Fox with SmackDown. You're going to see a much better product. And I think that NXT needs its own show. But by the same token, I also believe that NXT doesn't need a weekly show. I like the way NXT is being run right now. I like the fact that they're not on all the time. But you got to get 205. I think the women need their own show on the network. I think that there's lots of things they could do, but making it from a PG to a PG-13 would help. But that's not the big issue.
For the product, not the what's the word the people that watch WWE. It's not for them.
It's changing.
Right. Yeah.
It's changing. And the fact that we sit here week after week and talk about the amazing matches these women are having just goes to show nobody wants to bring those days back.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to bring those days back.
I don't want to see the bra and panties matches.
I so enjoy watching these women get in and work and show what they are really capable of. Yeah.
That's what I want to see.
PG-13 doesn't make the difference. They just got to make the product better.
Exactly.
And
they got to make you want to watch more.
To be honest, and this is one of the things, you got to cut the roster.
That they do.
You got to cut the roster, and you got to get rid of some dead weight.
Right.
And
they're buying everybody up because they don't want anybody else.
They don't want AEW. They don't want any Ring of Honor. They don't want Impact. They don't want any of these guys to have the talent. So they scarf them up. They put them under contract, and then they go, okay, now you can't do anything at all. You know, Pete Dunne just wrestled his last independent show because WWE finally put the kibosh to it.
Yep.
You know, you got all these guys that are going to be out there now that can't wrestle at indie shows because WWE's telling them no with the contracts. So you want to be honest how to fix the WWE? There's lots of things, but there's a couple real quick ones. Cut Raw to 2 hours. When SmackDown goes to Fox, make it all about wrestling. Make it a good product and get rid of the dead weight. If everybody's getting buried, then get rid of them.
Yep.
And that means at the top, too.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You know, you got some guys who've been around for a very, very long time. Maybe it's time to put them down in the center and help them teach the younger ones.
Yeah, amen to that. With that said, though, on top of that, talking about PG and what have you, WWE does not care about the hardcore wrestling fans. They don't. And the reason why they don't is because that's not who's buying. You know what I mean? They don't care. They really don't. They care about the parents. They care about the kids.
Mm-hmm.
They care about the casual fans. That's all. Because those are the people, that's the 2-3 million people that are watching these things. Now, your hardcore fan may subscribe to the network because of all the content there.
Yes.
I do.
That's exactly it.
Because there's so much there. So they're not going to cater to me. They're not.
No.
They're not going to. I will watch for the matches, certain matches, but they will, certain places like AEW, Impact, Major League Wrestling, Ring of Honor, Progress, Destiny Wrestling. There's all different kinds. Evolve. ACW, all these different they will cater to somebody like me because that's who they're gearing their product to. WWE
Exactly.
isn't gearing their product.
No,
to me.
you've got it's a totally different world when you're talking millions and millions of people who are watching versus thousands and 1000s.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they have to cater to the majority of who it is, and that's selling those toys.
Yep.
That's selling those T-shirts, and who's buying those? The parents of the kids who are watching.
Exactly.
Do you know how it's just like I said tonight when because I had Alex was with me tonight for training, and Q was there, and I'm watching these kids last night sit around and talk about wrestling, and I'm like, that was Alex, and that's what the WWE wants.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
AEW and all these other places, they don't want that. They want you and me.
Right.
You know, that's why they bring in the nostalgia, because they want us to come to the live shows and pay that money there. WWE, all they want is for that kid to sit in front of that TV and say, "I want the John Cena doll.
Yeah.
I want I want a Bailey T-shirt.
Right.
I want
Amen to that.
That's what they want." And so it's a different world. And for those of us who are at that age where the nostalgia thing plays a part of it, we're the dead weight.
Right. Yeah. And
We're the dead weight. It's time for us to go.
They're not going to make money off of us, so they're
No.
not going to do what they want. That's why they
Nope.
say, I've heard the complaint that the WWE needs to stop listening to the fans. I don't think they are listening to the fans.
No, and Vince. I mean, they got out there and they did that big thing about, we're going to bring it. No, Vince, and you know this as well because we know the promoter, right?
Yeah.
You don't do the show based upon what the fans want,
Right.
because when you do that, that's when things go wrong, and I've seen that now.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I've seen that when somebody all of a sudden changes their mind on how things should go
Right.
because of what the fans were doing, and it didn't go well.
Right. I hear you.
And so he's not. Triple H is not.
No.
Nobody in that who runs that business is going to say, "Oh, well, little Johnny wants to see John Cena get a title again. Let's give him the title." No.
Do you think he'll ever
No.
take the 17
Nope.
time? I don't think so. I don't think John
Nope.
Cena will do it. I think he
don't-
has too much respect.
I think he has
for
too
Ric
much
Flair.
respect.
Yeah.
Danny, no, I do not believe that the WWE would use his sickness. I really don't. That they're a working organization, but no. RoboTube, I think Alex is going to take Malcolm to school next Saturday. I think that's going to be one of the best matches we've ever seen live. So.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to use it.
No.
I think once he comes back, they're going to use it as not in a way like, oh, poor pitiful me.
No.
But I think they'll use it as, I've overcome this.
Listen,
you know what I'm saying?
If you were you weren't a WWE person back then, but even Mrs. Weir can remember the day that Triple H came back after his big injury, and the reaction of that crowd that night. You could feel it through the television, how electric it was. You're talking about somebody this is not his first time battling this disease. This is the second time he's done it. And if he comes back, when he comes back, not if, when he comes back, that music is going to hit and that place is going to erupt.
Oh, yeah.
And it's going to be awesome. And that's, so no, they won't use it as that. Even though I know they're big into the Carmanos Cancer Foundation and stuff like that, I don't think they'll use his leukemia as a thing. But I definitely know that it's going to be, when he comes back, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Do you have another question?
Back to this real quick about the whole thing with Vince and all that stuff. Vince, he cares about the 8-year-olds, but he cares about money. Bottom line. That's it. Bottom line, he cares about money.
Don't we know them promoters like that?
Yeah, that's bottom line. It's all about money.
About the money.
It's about the money. And can you show profits? Because remember, they are a nationally traded company.
That's correct.
And
you better show a profit if you're a national. If you're a traded company, you better show profit.
Right. They got to show profit, and they got that stock went up. And then it went down a little bit, and that happened because of the influx of money, and now it's starting to flatten back out. But regardless of that, he cares nothing. He don't care about that. He just wants your money, And I tell you what, he gets it too, because I remember when I went to Raw, and my buddy Sean took me to Raw. You met Sean.
Yeah.
He's the Ohio State guy, idiot.
We don't talk to him.
Right. But anyways, we went to Raw. We had floor tickets, and there was kids all over the place.
Yeah.
John Cena'd out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You'd have thought they were in like some kind of gang. They were in that bright blue and orange stuff. Well, anyways, So the show, Raw starts at 8. Everybody's filing in. Show starts at 8. And there's kids everywhere. And, floor tickets, what, $123 a piece, somewhere in there? By 10 o'clock, most of those parents were taking their kids home.
Yeah.
So those parents will shell out the money as long as the product is something that they will approve.
And that's why I say if they cut it down to 3 hours, because that's the problem. It's that 10 to 11 hour. That's when, that was back in the day when we got to see Hulk and he'd come out and talk. And that was the big thing. Now, nobody wants to stay up that late anymore.
No.
I don't want to stay up that late anymore.
No.
So, and the kids
and if
aren't.
I do want to stay up there late, I don't want to watch wrestling. I want to chill.
And it's Port Huron rule. The kids got to be in bed by 8:30 or something like that. I don't know.
I thought that was St. Clair.
St. Clair's 7:30, I think.
Oh, dang, man. All right, guys. So it looks like we're getting towards the... who would you like to see Roman Reigns face when he comes back? Dean Ambrose. Easy.
That'd be a good one.
Dean Ambrose, then Seth Rollins.
No, I think Dean Ambrose, and then I'd have to think about that.
I don't want to see him go against Brock Lesnar again.
No,
not even a little bit.
Nope, don't want to see him against Braun Strowman.
Don't need to.
Don't need to. I don't. I'd like to see some good competition.
It sounds like he's getting mad about something.
Getting mad, out there. He's getting mad because we're still going on.
I doubt it. All right, so thank you for joining us again for the 64th episode.
5th. Episode 65.
65.
It says it right at the top of the thing.
Man, I'm getting... So, the thing is I'm losing track, is what it is. I'm just starting to lose track.
That's good, though. It's not... Hey, you know what? It keeps getting better and better. Every week it gets better and better.
Hopefully one of these days I can build this new computer so I can add that other thing. But... you
and David, man, building your new computers.
That's right. We're boys, too. So... Listen, guys.
Rasslin Rage T-shirts. There's only 14 left.
That's right.
Only 14 of these left.
They say this one.
I waited till the mail came today because I knew it was going to be there.
Yeah, that's awesome. So if you go to the description down there and you click the donation link, and up top there's a tab that says merch store. Click that. You can order that there. You can also get a coffee mug if you want. It says Rasslin Rage, which is cool stuff. You
should have a coffee mug here.
I should.
You should have coffee mugs for your guests. Isn't this a talk show?
Yes. So also, we have the T-shirts on ProWrestlingTees.com/WrestlingRage. That's a lot to say. And, Facebook and YouTube and all that stuff. Make sure you give this a big thumbs up.
Big thumbs up, please. You guys have done awesome. I'm 13 likes so far, but we need to see more.
Yeah. Smash that like button. And, next week, Billy Ray Daniels, Danny Beals, and just maybe we can get Skyjacker to join us. I know that he's probably charging a little more than what he used to.
Well, he's a big name now.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he won that award.
You can't touch him anymore. You can't talk to him. He's not even on the chat anymore.
He's got security, too.
He's not even on the chat anymore.
Oh,
wait till we get ring set up. He probably won't set up the ring anymore now either.
It's too important. So, we'll see you guys next week for the party, because it's going to be a special episode. It is a redneck party down in the basement next week, okay? So we'll see you guys next week. Thanks for joining us,
My
Mr.
pleasure.
Weir. He's definitely going to come back.
I want my jacket for the next time.
Ooh.
The 5 Club.
Ooh, there you go.
You got to look it up on YouTube. The 5 Club for Saturday Night Live skit.
I'll look it up.
Look it up, and then you'll understand what I'm talking about.
All right, the 5 Club. I see I'm pressing for time. So there we go. All right, so... You guys, and look, the camera was off. It was always on me because I'm important.
You're the host, man.
Yeah. So, guys, we'll see you next week. Same time, same place. BRD, Danny Beals, and maybe, just maybe, the Skyjacker will be here. Thanks again, guys. Have a good one, and we're out of here.
We are the Death Threat Army. Vehicle City villain Aaron Orion. Black Diamond Jack Price.
The Wild Child Jody Threat.
And Weaponized Alex Weir. And you're watching Rasslin Rage live on Friday nights at 8 o'clock on YouTube.